This episode is all about a body of water, and the studios got carried away and got covered in water. While I try and get rid of all this water, you guys check out the new opening titles, and I'll see you in a minute. See ya.
Hi guys, welcome back. Got all of that water out of the studio. It's a really nice day today, so hopefully the studio is going to dry out quite quickly. Before we get into anything, as always, please make sure to like this video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you don't miss any notifications on future content that we upload. Also, please share. I want to take a moment to thank everybody who's been so supportive so far, but we are trying to get up to the milestone of 100 subscribers, so anything you can do to help us achieve that by sharing, that would be awesome. Please also share your comments. You know, let me know your thoughts to the content and the discussions that we're presenting. As always, please put Vault if you think that the subject is worthwhile, needs more investigation and should be kept safe in the vault, and please put Oblivion if you think that it doesn't need any more investigation, it's not genuine, and we should discard it and delete it and forget about it and never discuss it again. That would be a great help. So yeah, thank you guys. Okay, so today's content is all about the Baltic Sea Anomaly. Now, some of you may have heard about this before. It's not brand new. It was stemmed from 2011, so it's a good decade old now. But if some of you were like me at the time, I kind of bypassed this one because when it featured in the press, there was a lot of conceptual artwork that went with it, which didn't make it seem so credible. I'm going to share some of that later. So for me, I kind of bypassed it, but now that I've looked into it a little bit more, it is kind of interesting. And if you've not heard about it before, then great stuff. So the Baltic Sea Anomaly refers to interpretations of an indistinct sonar image taken by Peter Lindbergh and Dennis Aberg, who are part of the OceanX team of divers whilst they were treasure hunting on the floor of the Baltic Sea at the centre of the Gulf of Bothnia. And now you may remember, or may remember the name OceanX. It was something that we mentioned on a previous Monty Zone, the episode that we did called The Missing. I was discussing a subject on there about the missing Malaysia flight, and OceanX team were, after all the official sources had tried to locate the Malaysia flight, OceanX were an independent, privately run team that volunteered to take up the search. They were unsuccessful on that occasion, but that's probably where you've heard me and us mention it before. So the team suggested their sonar showed an object with unusual features and seemingly non-natural origin, prompting speculation published in tabloid newspapers that the object was a sunken UFO. The Swedish-based OceanX team described themselves as treasure hunters and salvage operators, and they specialise in searches for sunken antiques and high-end alcoholic beverages and historic artefacts. According to the team, they returned from the expedition on the Baltic Sea between Sweden and Finland with a blurry but interesting sonar image while searching for an old shipwreck in the summer of 2011. They have claimed their image shows a 60 metre, that's 200 feet diameter circular object which features resembling ramps, stairways and other structures not produced by nature. The group revisited the site the following year intending to get a clearer image, but claimed mysterious electrical interference prevented them. Apparently that electrical interference not only messed with their compasses, but messed with their satellite equipment as well. Following the story published in the UK tabloid newspaper in the Daily Mail in June 2012, scans circulated, along with rumours that the object could be a UFO a portal into another world, or an underwater Stonehenge. So as I was saying earlier, you have to be careful when looking into this subject, because the internet is saturated with these artistic conceptual images, which can allow you to get carried away with the idea of what this thing is supposed to look like. I mean, a lot of these images look like something from the mind of H.R. Geiger, who did all the artwork for the Aliens franchise film. So yeah, it can make your mind go somewhere where necessarily you should be focused more on the truer images, and the actual sonar images aren't really that clear. So that's one thing to take into consideration. You may also be asking yourself, well, this was in 2011, why has somebody not gone back and got better images, investigated it a little bit more? Well, the truth is that the Baltic Sea is very, very difficult for any dive team to negotiate. First of all, it's the Baltic Sea, so you've all heard the expression, wow, it's Baltic in here. And that's because it's in an area of the world which, the ocean is very, very cold, very, very cold conditions, and that's where the expression Baltic comes from. And secondly, and more importantly, is that particular area of ocean is usually, and a majority of the time, very, very rough. Rough seas, very, very unsettled, and therefore under the ocean, the visual quality a lot of the time is very, very poor, because the seabed is constantly being churned up. So the quality in being able to get really clear images is very, very difficult from that location. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a trip back down into the water, and I found this really nice piece of footage, which is, again, it's computerized, it's not true divers, but it kind of gives you an idea of what it would kind of look like if a diving crew were down doing a full investigation. What I'll do is I'll play through this footage, probably with some music once, keep playing it, and then give you some commentary where I can share some more facts and information about this case with you guys. So go and grab yourself a drink, enjoy this image and this journey into the ocean. Now, there is skepticism by some official sources that Lindbergh's sonar pictures can't be trusted due to the cheap sonar equipment that they used, and that this has made the images appear that are not there. However, like many counterclaims of paranormal evidence, this counterclaim also has no evidence to back it up and really is just a hypothesis. There are other claims and articles you can find online that state that the Baltic Sea Anomaly has been solved. Again, however, if you read these closely, like one example from Volkner Bruckert,
an associate professor of geology at the Stockholm University, he was given samples of the rock from the anomaly, and as well as finding many different materials like granite, sandstone, he also found traces of black volcanic rock. This has led to his hypothesis that the rocks were transported there by glaciers thousands of years ago. However, although many articles that include Volkner's finding claim this means mystery solved, again, Volkner's conclusions are just hypotheses and don't have any substantial evidence to back up his claims. These hypotheses have led to an emerging theory that the anomaly is actually a monolithic structure and potentially 140,000 years old. The Ocean X team didn't help their credibility rating when, not long after the original sonar images were shared, on a return expedition they claimed to find another object or structure just 200 meters from the original site. They submitted a sonar image for this object, but it was later found to be just another version of the first sonar image. When challenged about this, Lindbergh said because the sonar image for the second object didn't come out clear enough, someone just accidentally used the wrong image. Now, one thing that both believers in this object and scientists agree on is that to the side of the object there is what appears to be stairs, and they actually have a hole where it looks like you can enter the inside of the object. And both parties agree that this is actually there, and you can see it quite clearly on the sonar. Whether they're naturally forming or they've been engineered by someone, that is the big question.
So let me know what you guys think of this one. Put your thoughts in comments, vote or oblivion. What do you think it is? I mean, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, a lot of people think that it's UFO related. It's quite interesting about this theory that's coming up due to the black volcanic rock, that it's monolithic and that it's 140,000 years old. I mean, even that theory, if that pans out to be true, is very, very interesting, because it could change what we know of history, and it does really heavily relate to you know, this concept that some people have in the paranormal community of an ancient intelligent civilization here on Earth, and it would certainly provide evidence for that. But let me know what you think, and I will see you next time on G Star Vault. Cheers guys, bye.